Welcome back, everyone. CEO of Passive Income Blueprints, and I'm super excited to have our guest on today. He's an absolute rock star. He came from the struggle. Now he's actually crushing in the online game. So if you guys are joining right now on the live, go ahead and hashtag live. If you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay. So again, we have Phil Clark coming in. Super exciting guy. He has so much momentum, so much energy, and he has so much value to spread, especially for the beginners that are struggling. You might have invested thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, feeling overwhelmed, frustrated because you're not finding success online. And he's proven to show the results. He's proven to show that he takes consistent action, and that's not all it takes. It's having the mindset and the belief that you can actually succeed, especially working online. Coming from working 20 years in whatever field you're in, we don't all have tech skills. We don't have prior experience, and there's a lot of commotion, a lot of noise, and a lot of stuff going on in the internet space that misconstrues people. It drives them down the wrong path. It drives them down the wrong direction. And I want to show you guys today that it's possible if you have the right method in place to actually start your online business. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and bring on our student, our team member, Phil Clark. What's up, Phil? How are you doing today, my brother?
Great, man. How are you?
Oh man, I couldn't be better. Actually, just got out of a good team meeting. There's all kinds of little controversy going on in the internet world today, and I absolutely love it. Without controversy, we wouldn't roll forward. So, at the end of the day, man, great to have you on for sure.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. This is cool.
Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. So once again, if you guys are jumping in, we just had some more people jump on live. Now, if you're watching this from inside the Facebook group community or on my profile or even YouTube, make sure you guys look at the pinned post, and it might be above this video. It says join StreamYard.com/Facebook. Just click on there and authorize Facebook to allow your comments to come through. So we see a lot of Facebook users says hashtag live. Alex, I see you. Jason Hamilton in the house. Jeremy. We have Amy. We have Amanda. We are full today. So everyone, just thank you so much for joining us once again. So Phil, we're going to jump right into it, my brother. Actually, how's your day going at the end? How your morning?
Man, it's been great, dude. All kinds of good vibes today. I've been on 3 different calls already. It's only 1 o'clock Eastern, but I'm getting stuff done, man. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do.
Absolutely, brother. It's great to have you on for sure. So we're going to kick this off and just talk about what inspired you, to jump out online? Like, what was your origin story? Like, who are you and where are you from?
So I was born and raised actually in a small town south of Nashville, Tennessee, Columbia, Tennessee, to be exact. I went to high school like everybody else, graduated, and my dad laid it on heavy. He's like, son, you can go to college, go into debt to go to school and not be guaranteed of anything, or you can find a job and start working. So I didn't like the idea of going 5-6 figures into debt as a 17-year-old. So I decided to start working, and almost 20 years, right at 20 years actually total between the jobs I had, I just got fed up with working for somebody else. I was tired of corporate politics, tired of the he said, she said, getting everything done that I can get done, busting my tail for these companies only to get, little to no recognition. So I decided to dive into digital marketing.
Got you. So working in the, corporate America, was that retail?
Retail. Yeah. Retail to be exact. I worked in 2 different retail, companies. So GameStop, I'm sure you're all familiar with that, which it was fun. I was a 17-year-old. I loved video games. I still play video games a little from time to time, but then I had a factory job actually for a little period of time. Then I moved on to Costco Wholesale, which was a great company. I got to do a lot of stuff because of Costco, got paid pretty well for that industry, and just the corporate politics is what it crushed my soul, man. Honestly, I couldn't take it anymore.
100%, man. So you're just tired of all the commotion. You're tired of the grind, tired of, making somebody else rich. And it sounds like you have the entrepreneurial spirit inside your blood, right? So your dad, let's talk about that. Like, you were raised as being a business owner, right? So, with that mindset, like, who all in your family right now is currently a business owner?
My dad's actually retired from that, but he was for 40 plus years, 30, 40 plus years. He ran his own construction company, and he was a contractor. I mean, he knew like a little bit about everything. He was a professional basically in everything. Just over the years, his brother started, and then he worked with his brother for a while, and then decided to go out on his own. And I talked to him about it one day, and I was like, Dad, am I crazy for wanting to do this? And he was like, basically, no, it's in your blood. And I talked to my sister about it, and she said the same thing. And it's nice to have the encouragement and the support from the family going forward.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, entrepreneur role, and your dad's like, you have a choice: go to college, get in debt, or let's try to make something happen. And at the end of the day, you're tired of corporate America, and you wanted to find something that you're able to do on your own, which you have successfully done. And so that's pretty awesome. So what inspired you to likely work with Passive Income Blueprints? What is the reasoning behind that?
So previous programs that I had been in, which I'm thankful for the path that I went down, because I learned a lot at other places, and I just came to the point where I couldn't help but know and understand that there was just something missing. Like something was not there, something was not clicking. I was getting a bunch of suggestions of what to do, and they were all good suggestions, but it was also my mind was getting pulled in a bunch of different directions because I didn't know, like, I was being told to focus on one thing, but at the same time, it was, well, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Or maybe you could try this, give that a shot. I've seen people have success in that. So it was more confusing. It was confusing me more than anything. Finally saw someone else in our community, actually, Jess. Everyone that's in this live, anybody watching knows who Jess is. She's a great individual. And I was talking to her for a while and saw her having success, and I decided to come give it a shot. And here I am, sticking to the plan, sticking with what I'm being taught and told to do, actually step by step told what needs to be done, and it's working. Like it's crazy how just that small perspective shift will make the biggest difference.
100%. So with that being said, you're having these struggles, you're missing some components or some pieces of the puzzle to actually excel yourself to have that success. So where were you at before working with Passive Income Blueprints? Were you finding success? Like, what did that look like? And how much did you invest at the end of the day to try to get to where you're at right now?
So I was basically being told, like anyone in the online business industry, it's almost a requirement to be creating content. So I was being told to throw content out there. I call them little quick hit videos. Some people call them trendy videos, short 7 to 10 second videos, and kind of just mold off of other people. And then send them, your call to action every time was just send them to your link, send them up to the top, tell them what you have to offer. And I was not getting any traction. I did make a few sales. I think I had 8 sales in 8 or 9 months. So it just wasn't doing it as far as I was implementing everything I was being told to not have the success that I was like, the picture had been painted for me of like, you just do this and that, and it's going to start happening. And I understand that you got to be patient. Nothing's built overnight. But when I'm being told the certain thing over and over and over, and it gets impounded into my head, you almost are brainwashed into thinking this is the only way to a certain point, and then it's hard to pull away from that. I finally did my own research and realized it was time to make a change.
Gotcha. It was great to have you. So we have a lot of people from that specific program, and it's crazy because it all started when I went to an event, and the individual that was hosting the event is like, "Hey, who's here struggling their online businesses?" And 95% of the audience raised their hands. And then come to find out, a lot of them, even invested their whole pension, their whole retirement gone down the drain. Not one sale. Just, it was disturbing. So the next day, the gentleman, he said, "Okay, so what is your 1-year goal?" And as soon as I, told him my 1-year goal was just help 100 entrepreneurs achieve success online or, quit their jobs. I had a line of people after that event just wanting to get my number to find out what that really was. And at the end of the day, it was the GOAT method. So, I'm glad you found us, brother. I wish you would have found us sooner. But at the end of the day, you are you need to go through what you've already gone through to get where you're going, right? So you had to get those experiences. A lot of mindset stuff was taught there, which was fire, which was good stuff. But yeah, Becky remembers that. She remembers when I stood up and said that, and it was a whole shift, and that kind of like what opened their eyes to actually there's more possibilities. So, what have you tried before with affiliate marketing that actually didn't work? Like, what were you doing before? Like you said, just posting content, hoping something would stick, and it was always call to action to click on your link, right? So talk about that. Like, what was different between that and now, and what is your approach on actually getting people to, listen to what you have to say? Like, let's talk about that. What are you doing differently?
It's more or less creating content that tells my story and shares like where I came from, the struggles I went through. And I didn't really understand that before. And with that comes, creating that type of content creates conversations, and people started reaching out to me, and I started being more comfortable of reaching out to other people because I knew what some people were going through different a few different programs and just people that I had met. I think the confidence came to like a lot more when I jumped, I came to this new opportunity, and knowing that there was a lot of people inside here that went through the same stuff I did, even story wise, not just business wise, but knowing that we're all together in this, and it doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter what you did before. Eric, you just said it. It's like, I went through what I went through for a reason. And I learned a lot of mindset stuff, which was necessary, very necessary, as well as I do. Nothing was sticking. I was trying Amazon Associates, ClickBank offers, all kinds of stuff, Warrior Plus, JV Zoo, not really sticking to my one message. And once I dialed that in, it was like, just started really gaining a lot of engagement, and the business started taking off.
Yeah, for sure. So from what it sounds like, you were only taught to do lead content and conversion content. And the one thing that you were missing was having conversations and actually communicating with people, right? So let's talk about that. Like, let's talk about that process, because that's the method that we do teach is, lead content, having conversations, and obviously, they can click on the link if they want to. But let's talk about like that aspect of it. Like when you started having those conversations, what happened to your online business?
I actually started seeing consistent sales. I mean, I started gaining the know, like, and trust factor that we all get told about because people actually related to me. Actually, a call earlier today, I was telling this lady my story a little bit, and because she was struggling with some of the same things I used to struggle with. And I felt that, I get that, I understand that. And to connect with somebody on that level, it's a different type of connection. And, you can really show your genuine side of yourself versus, hey, come buy my stuff, or hey, go check out the top of my profile. I got a really cool offer for you.
Right.
It was redundant, man. And it just wasn't working.
100%. That's what everybody does. Every program, I've pretty much purchased every program out there except for the one that you may be talking about right now. But at the end of the day, it was all the same thing. Just click on my link, click on my link, click on my link, and not really build that value, right? So I was looking at it. It was more profit over people, and it was not my direction. Like I was more of a profit or people over profit, right? And that had to deal with, having conversations. So having conversations and following that process, it sounds like it actually excelled your business and catapulted it to now you're more of an authority figure because you feel confident in what you're talking about, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a different feeling. I've kind of had to come into it again, but it's nice knowing that I'm there to help people. I've been through a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of knowledge to share, and I'm just in the beginning. So it's, the sky's the limit for me, really.
Absolutely. 100%. And it's crazy because, the environment you came from to, the way stuff is being taught over there, you're a completely different animal. Like you don't like to bash people, right? And, we see that a lot in the market right now. A lot of people bashing when they don't even know what's really going on, which is mind blowing to me, right? At the end of the day, it fuels my fire to go out and put on more content. But, what is your defined marketing statement? Like who do you specifically try to help?
So I help aspiring entrepreneurs, anyone who's a beginner in the online business industry, start their online business without the fear of being a beginner or having tech skills or anything like that by leveraging our systems, which is a very simple automated system. You're going to get taught how to actually have those conversations and how to create the storytelling content that's going to convert. It's not maybe not right at first, but it works. It actually works.
100%. No, you're talking about the system. You brought that up real quick, and that the same system that we use, many other companies use. They just put a different name on it, right? Mm-hmm. So, what's your experience with that? Has it been more of an eye opener, like saving you money? Like, what's your take on like the system that we have compared to go high level to other systems out there?
Yeah, it's very similar to the previous system I use. It's actually identical, except here we have unlimited sub accounts, a lot more access to some of the features. And considering I had already worked with the same system without even realizing it was the same system, I came in with a leg up, and I got very good at the tech side of things. So I came in and started setting up all my triggers and all this stuff on my own. And it was a smooth transition for half the price.
100%. So there's a lot of beginners watching this live right now. So man, I want you to explain in depth, like not in depth, but exactly what is the systems? Like what does that entail to help a brand new affiliate marketer or digital marketer start their online business and excel as fast as possible? What is the systems?
So it's an all-in-one marketing system, basically. It's like a CRM. You're going to be able to host all your contacts in there. There's funnel builder, website builder. You can integrate, WordPress sites, blog sites. I know everyone knows what a blog is. You can connect your social media assets to it, your Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, read your analytics. You can create your payment systems in it, integrate your payments it's an all-in-one hub. Basically, you can run your business in one spot. You don't have to pay for 10, 15 different softwares. It's, the one price for the one software, and it's all right there.
Got you. So how much money are you saving now that you jumped into something that's unlimited with the same exact things?
The previous was actually $100 more a month for less access. So saving half the price.
So you're saving half the price, right? So as a beginner coming in, you're battling, a huge investment possibly. And then also playing for the system. So now you probably feel more confident and comfortable with actually, letting people into your ecosystem to find out what you have going on, because again, you were a beginner before as well, right?
Absolutely. And not only is it the system, it's a whole community. The courses come with that, coaching calls, private chat groups for support, Facebook group for support. It's all for the one price. Like, it doesn't really get better than that. The value is incredible.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. And I see you take advantage of every single day, which is amazing as well. So what are your biggest goals when it comes to building your dream lifestyle right now?
I want to travel the world, man. I want to get paid while I'm traveling. I want to go visit places I haven't visited before. I know my dad has always wanted to go out west as well as I have. Like, I know you stay out west. I've always wanted to visit, Montana, Wyoming, go to Yellowstone, all that good stuff. Go see the redwood forest in California, Northern California. I've traveled a lot, but there's still a lot of places that I want to go. So that's one of my biggest goals, is to have that freedom, that location freedom and time freedom to do what I want to do and still get paid to do it.
Well, you're well on your way. And what's great is that you're earning residual income, right? You have a continuity basically. So you could literally, build your continuity up to, 3K, 4K a month. And you don't even have to work next month because you don't have to worry about making sales. That money's going to be there coming over and over, right? So that's amazing as well. We have a question real quick from Jeremy. He says, Phil Clark and Air Forner, what is your DMMO, your daily method of operation, you now do to ensure that you do your MMA money-making activities each and every day? So what is your daily routine or daily schedule look like, or your DMOO look like for, any beginner coming into the space, just having questions? They might be struggling after investing tons of money and you're just like throwing your hands up, I'm ready to quit. So what's your DMO?
It's actually very simple. I mean, it's making sure I'm creating content daily and making sure I'm starting conversations. If you really want to pinpoint it to that, those are the two biggest revenue generating activities you could do. And it boils, that's what it boils down to. And I'm reaching out to people, if you want to call it cold DMing or whatever. I don't consider it that if I already know the person. They're already, kind of warmed up. But adding friends on Facebook who have similar interests that I might want to get to know better, things like that. It's a lot of people overthink it, but it really boils down to making sure my content is getting posted, whether it's here or other socials, and starting the conversations and actually replying to people's comments.
Yeah, that's a cancer out there, isn't it? Nobody responds.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. So at the end of the day, it's content and conversations. That's it, right? You don't even need a sales funnel. You just basically have to inspire people that are like-minded, that have the same beliefs, the same struggles, and the same desires. And at the end of the day, you will be successful. So what do you want your repetition to be?
First and foremost, I want people to know that I'm dependable, I'm loyal. I want to inspire people to do better, whether they're stuck in their current position or they feel stuck in their current position. I want people to know I'm a trustworthy guy. I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. And if you don't like what I have to say, like, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to let you know how I feel, basically. Unfiltered, essentially. I want people to smile. And like when they hear my name, like, man, that guy, y'all should go talk to him because he's really going to help you out.
100%. And it's all about, acting like you do when you're around your friends, around your family, right? Being that authentic character that's going to attract only the people that are like-minded, not the person that's around your boss in a sense, right? So what do you want people to say when you actually leave the room?
If you want to be honest, they can say whatever they want. It's not going to bother me, but I would love to just be known for that guy who's like, an authority figure who is going to tell you like it is. They're going to be like, man, Phil helped me out with this and this, or he really gave me the motivation and the encouragement that I needed to step back into my business when I was feeling lost or, not knowing which direction to go. I want to be known as that guy who's, I'm in your corner. I'm on your side. I'm not trying to get one over on you. I'm not trying to do any shady work or nothing like that.
100%. So you're not the type of individual that puts somebody else down to make yourself feel better.
Not even close. Yeah.
I love it. Because they're out there. We know that for sure.
Yep. It's a waste of energy.
100%. And only feel like, I have to love my haters. Shout out to all my haters real quick. Let's take a moment of silence to all the haters out there, because at the end of the day, you guys push more people inside of my ecosystem. So I want to thank you.
Yep.
All right. What are the 3 biggest problems that you want to help others with to overcome?
Number 1, having the fear of being a beginner, because we all are a beginner at one point. And if you don't start, you never will. So if you're on the fence, I want to help them, give them that little motivation, that push over the edge. A lot of people, I dealt with this too. I'd say number 2 would be the fear of actually posting and putting your story out there, and maybe worrying about what your family and friends are going to think. I know when I first started, I had a lot of friends that'd be like, man, Phil, I don't know about your stuff. And at first I kind of doubted it. And then I started thinking, you know what? No, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, this is what I have to do to make a living. But it's also fun to me because I'm sharing my story along the way. And number 3 is the fear of having the tech skills. I can say this, it's really not that hard once you get into it. It is all right there for you, laid out, ready to go. There's plenty of resources, whether it's your community or whatever. That way you can learn new ways to do stuff. And the previous program I'm in, the one thing I'll say is I learned a lot of the tech side of things. I learned a lot of it on my own, but I was also taught a lot as well. So it was I gained a lot more knowledge than I realized at this point in my, business. And it's helped me to then pass that along and pay it forward to others. There's a student in our community, actually. I hopped on a Zoom call with her a couple weeks ago to get her domain transferred over into the GOAT systems from her previous, I don't remember the name of it. It doesn't matter, but it was the same. It was identical, just with a different name on it. So
Gotcha.
Just little things like that, man. Just helping people realize that they can do this. It's not that bad.
100%. So I'm gonna go off track real quick, because I had just like this epiphany moment. And there's a lot of speculation on this 5-day business builder challenge, the best program out there, right? And, it defies reality. At the end of the day, it defies gravity. So let's walk through a beginner like that's maybe like, okay, thinking about jumping into the 5-day business builder challenge. What is inside the 5-day business builder challenge, and what kind of value can you expect to receive from it?
Where do I start? I mean, we're going to help you dial in your marketing message, actually explain to you what that means to attract your right audience. You're going to learn about the systems, how to get your funnel up and running, or learn to actually how to properly market. And, you're going to learn about your audience even more in depth, your avatar, if you will, if anyone in the industry knows what I'm referring to, but that's just your audience. You're going to learn that the community is supportive like no other one I've ever been a part of. We are all here to see your success, whether it is with us, you get started here, or maybe you have something else going on. We're going to help you scale that. And if you do decide you want to use our systems, you're going to save a lot of money in the long run. That's what the Business Builder Challenge is about, showing people that you don't have to break the bank. I spent almost $30K, close to $50K total between everything that I've invested in. So
50,000, we'll say 30,000. You had maybe eight sales total in 8 months. So you invested just a fraction of that with P.I.B. And at the end of the day, you've made a lot more than that, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
A lot more.
100%. Yeah, it's just crazy. There's a lot of noise, which is great because I love the controversy. But at the end of the day, people don't know until they actually know really what's going on with everything. But yeah. So we have a question here. Phil, can you repeat what you said? Your number 3 was, please. My internet was out of. Okay, so the 3 biggest problems you want to help people overcome.
So number 3 was just the fear of having the tech skills. Like, it's once you get into it, it's not as hard as you're telling yourself it is. And that's what I pride myself. I pride myself on 2 things: my content and having the tech skills. So I can help people out a lot with those 2. But yeah, that's number 3, is the fear of having the tech skills.
100%. So I know there's a conversation going around, like if you get into P.I.B, you have to promote P.I.B, right? You have to promote the course. So can you give us some examples of people that are not promoting P.I.B that are having success possibly?
Yeah, you got the first one that pops into my mind is Derek Brown. I know he started with you guys, and he was able to go off and do his own thing, and now he's doing great. I know you worked with, I don't remember their names. I know there was a landscaping company that you helped out, I believe.
Josh.
Several different businesses. Yeah. It's not all about just promoting P.I.B. It's about getting your business started in 5 days, but then you grow it from there. We give you the methods, exactly what you need to do to get everything set up and going. And then we're there to support you along the way, answering questions and this and that. So it does not matter what you promote coming inside of here.
100%. So how do you feel like the GOAT method, the method that you've learned that you're teaching currently, with that method, do you feel like you can promote any product or service after you learn the method?
100%.
And why is that?
Because it teaches you how to be real with whoever your audience is. It doesn't matter if you, like I said, if you own a landscaping company, or you own a roofing company, or you are in the coaching industry, or whatever, you're trying to market yourself. Everything in here is geared towards helping you scale whatever you're doing, not just P.I.B.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the biggest before and after claims you can make since you joined the community here at Passive Income Blueprints?
So the biggest before and after is I jumped into the industry, digital marketing space, early last year. It's been almost a year. I've been in it now. And I had never made a high ticket sale. And granted, it took me a little bit to get my business up and going, because they send you through a whole process of the mindset and what it takes to be an entrepreneur, which is fantastic. Like, I needed that more than I realized. But at the end of the day, if I had started here, I would have had everything I needed in 5 days and could have dove right into creating my content and this and that. And That being said, I struggled to get sales. It was, 8 sales within 8 or 9 months. Then those were just low end sales, never got a high end ticket sale. Came over here. Within my first 3 days, I had my first sale, the entry, the Business Builder Challenge. And then within the first month, I had a high ticket sale and 3 or 4 different recurring income sales now. So it's just, I can't even say thank you enough for teaching what you do teach, because it does work. There's nothing weird or funny going on. It's just I've found the missing piece, and I have found my success on this side then versus now.
Love it. Absolutely are, bro. And so I just want everybody to realize, you got to jump in, right? Eventually. So we have a question here. Eric Fornerfield Clark, how do you generally respond to someone that calls or assumes that P.I.B is a scam or a pyramid scheme when they've never gone through P.I.B's courses or mentorship? I'll let you answer that.
I think people need to do their homework before they start putting other people on blast. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, do your due diligence, right? So here's what I did. When I had a question or wondering why people were succeeding in other programs or why they weren't, I ended up with a pretty large budget to buy pretty much whatever program I wanted. So I dove into pretty much every program you could think out there except for the one you're in. And I realized real fast, there's a lot of people that really don't know really what's going on because they could not, maybe it's a T-Rexes, right? I'm not explaining T-Rexes. Their arms are just long enough to grab what's out in front of them, but their arms are too short to reach behind their back and grab their wallet to actually pay for it, right? So they'd rather run their jibs before they even know anything. That happens throughout the whole industry. We had a couple individuals when I first started. Same scenario, bro. I just encouraged them. But yeah, so at the end of the day, you just got to jump in and try it for yourself. If you actually look up what a pyramid scheme is or a Ponzi scheme or MLM, there is a tier structure, right? Everybody on the top's going to get rich and everybody on the bottom is still going to be an employee. So that's, really have to do your due diligence and research on actually what words are coming out of your mouth because they're not proper in the direction that we're talking about here. So let's go here. I actually have a TikTok pinned about this, explaining pyramid MLM. Perfect. Excellent question. Jason said, he says, because they weren't applying themselves 100%. And then Jeremy says, yes, thank you, Eric Forner and Anthony Arfine. You guys are sincerely authentic, caring, and you show up for us every day. We thank you for the bottom of our hearts. Well, hey, I'm not taking any credit from anybody. We created a method after going down the rabbit hole for 26 months. We came up with the GOAT method, and we actually have a method for your success. So you can see it visually. But at the end of the day, I'm not taking any credit for anybody. You guys put in the work. You guys showed up. You guys implemented. So my hat goes off to all of my students and all our students and community here at P.I.B. 100%. So who do you admire and what about them do you admire the most? And, would you like to emulate their quality? So who do you admire and what do you admire about them? And are you emulating their quality?
As in like a role model, like as far as in the industry already, I guess I'm assuming. Okay. One of the biggest people I started following over the last 6 months was Russell Brunson. Now he's way up there and he's done the thing, created ClickFunnels and grew it to this massive industry, which is incredible. I just admire the tenacity and the drive he has. I've read through all of his books. Minus the linchpin. I haven't gotten that one yet, but
I'll have to send it to you, brother.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Heck
I got you.
Expert Secrets is my absolute favorite. And I mentioned it in the meeting this morning. I'm seeing this stuff played out before my eyes. So it's driving me like, oh man, like I'm hearing this. And now I'm actually in the beginning stages of doing it and helping with it. So it's a good motivator. I feel like I'm emulating the quality as far as showing up and being authentic about everything I'm doing. Showing up daily, doing my best I can every day. I have off days too, just like everybody else, but it doesn't slow me down. So
100%. Now here's a completely left, going off the subject, but what do you think about adapting SEO strategies for voice search in 2024? Well, at the end of the day, I'm not too much into the AI stuff. I like to keep it as original as possible, but I haven't really looked into it to answer your question. Maybe Phil, you can expand on it. I know it's really become more prevalent on Google. Like you have like all kinds of different AIs and voice searches and all these different things. So I'm not sure you're more of a techie guy than me at the end of the day. That's why I have a tech guy. But so what's your take on the adapting SEO strategies for voice search in 2024?
My biggest take on it is I am fascinated with AI. I do research on it daily. I think it's a real thing as far as SEO strategies, which have grown a lot since the original keyword stuffing, if anyone knows what I'm referring to, back in the early days of Google. But voice search is becoming a very relevant thing because people will just pick up their phone real quick and say, "Hey Siri," or "Hey, what is blah, 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 blah." I haven't researched voice. Oh, she's talking to me. I haven't researched the voice search too much yet, so I can't really speak on it a lot. But I do know that is a really relevant thing that's happening now. It does intrigue me. So SEO is a big thing as far as your organic search is. I know we all know that, but it's kind of exciting. It's like the web 3.0 we're coming into, and I tell everyone to embrace the AI and the technology and learn to use it and leverage it the right way. Don't copy it though. Just use it. Use it if you want to. You don't have to.
Absolutely. And I don't see why you couldn't, figure out this voice search and the SEO and make your own little training course on it.
Exactly. Right? I'm working on a few things in the background.
100%. I love it, my brother. All right. So we got high frequency. Was my topic yesterday. Absolutely on point. We got a hashtag live from Facebook user. Amanda White. I hope you're doing well today, Amanda White. You're absolutely crushing it too inside P.I.B. I love AI and using 11 Labs. Okay. I've heard it before, but I've never used it. You ever used 11 Labs?
That's same here.
Right?
I've heard of it. I've never used it. So gotcha. Yeah.
Conversational keyword AI users. Okay, we got AI is here to stay, can't avoid it, so why not embrace it? Otherwise, you'll be behind the curve. Yes, but at the end of the day, it's really hard to bring out emotion in AI. So if you're really trying to target the emotional triggers in your audience, it's really hard at this point with AI to actually induce words or phrases that's going to either target adrenaline or serotonin or anything like that. That's what this emotional buying triggers, right? So they're getting better with it, but at the end of the day, I would use AI at this point. Lead gen might be better, but for scripting your stuff out and your content, I would definitely use it as a tool at this point. What do you got here? It's great for voice cloning. Oh, got you. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I've seen 11 Lab, right? Where you can have an avatar, it clones your voice, and it's actually pretty scary. Let me see here. This is a great idea. Looking forward to the training session on voice search from you, Phil Clark. I'm not sure who that is, but they're looking forward to it. You put it out there.
Yep.
Can we use it as a hook to drive back? We can use it as a hook to drive back to our social medias and websites. Absolutely. And then he says it's moving too long tail keywords. 100%. So, what do you currently do right now, Phil? What do you do, or what can you actually help somebody with as this point right now? Like, what do you do?
So I touched on it a little bit earlier, but I'll get a little more in depth in it right now. So I take a lot of pride in my content creation, being authentic in it, having the confidence to get up there and speak and, let it flow. I don't really script my content. Very rarely script my content. I get on camera and go. I have a general idea of what I want to talk about. I give people advice all the time of what they could do, like suggestions and this and that, and then tell them, get back with me if it's not working, or maybe I can audit your page or look at some of your videos and give you some pointers here and there. The best thing I can say is don't overthink it. I used to overthink my stuff all the time, and I was looking for going down rabbit holes, best content to make. What should I talk about? And this and that. But when it comes to it, don't overthink it. I want to help people know that they all have a unique experience to share. And that's your content, your everyday daily life, your controversies that you deal with, your wins, your losses. Share your losses because people will resonate with that as well. So at the end of the day, I love making content, and I want to help people out with that as much as possible.
You heard it right there. If you're having trouble with content, I'm gonna put his social medias up here in a second. But if you guys need help with content, some AI stuff, or you just want to pick Phil's brain, I'll show you exactly how to reach out to Phil personally. And just, he's a great asset to the P.I.B community. And what's crazy is he came into P.I.B and he just showed all of this determination, the drive, showing up, staying consistent. And we hire from within inside P.I.B. So, we brought Phil onto the team. He's actually helping in the background, helping with a lot of follow up and all kinds of different tasks that we have him doing. It's only going to help him grow stronger as a digital marketer in a sense, right? So my whole goal, bro, is for you to stick with P.I.B long enough to spread your wings and fly. You know what I mean? That's my whole goal for everybody in this community, is not to ride my coattails forever, unless you want to, promote us. But at the end of the day, we got to start somewhere with something that's proven to sell and it's proven to get results, right? And at the end of the day, you can go ahead and build out your own stuff. And then you can say, Eric, I just passed my 100K. Eric, I just hit my million, whatever it is. And I'm all about it. So what would you say to someone who's actually watching this live right now that's on the fence about joining P.I.B?
First and foremost, this company is more than just that. It's a community of like-minded individuals that really is not going to leave you behind. You're not going to be second guessing what you have to do to be successful. We're going to be there with you along the way. We're going to encourage you, teach you, give you the methods that you need to be using every day in order to grow your business. This is the group that's going to start putting money in your bank account. And when it comes down to it, it is people over profits 100%. I will say that till the day I die. But on the other side of that, we have to make a living, right? So it all goes hand in hand. But if you're looking for a community that is dead set on seeing the success of the students, this is it.
You heard it, boys and girls, 100%. And for all the haters watching right now, eat your heart out. Come in and join. Just find out what it's all about. Drop $1. If you can't afford $1 and you're a T-Rex, I got you. I'll pay for your buck.
I got a $10 bill if there's 10 people on the fence right here.
There you go, Phil. I just actually gave my last $50. I had to pay the guy that delivered my carpet and put a new carpet in my place, and I paid him $50. So I'm out of cash, but we can swipe the card. But either way, Phil, it's great having you on. I'm gonna go ahead and post your social media accounts, and then go ahead and just talk about exactly what's happening inside your Facebook community, or just Facebook period. So if you want to find you on Facebook, what's the best way to reach you on Facebook?
You can reach out to me, direct message. Go ahead and follow me. Send me a friend request. I'll check it out. I'll accept it. I have several in my box right now I need to go through. I'm not going to lie. I'm bad about checking those. But when I get to them, I go through them and make sure I accept everybody.
Awesome.
I've been going there more daily. I'm focusing a lot on Facebook recently. So
good stuff. Good stuff. And I'm sure we'll have a Facebook group here coming out soon so you can nurture all those leads. Unless you already have one.
I do have a Facebook group. It's actually, I named it Digital Home Entrepreneurship 2.0. And I got some good things coming up for that, some trainings and all kinds of good stuff. So
love it. So you're providing that value. You're going to continue the education, answer questions. And at the end of the day, the more people you help, the more money you'll make. And let's talk about your TikTok account real quick. So everybody, I want you guys to screenshot this real quick. For anybody that's wanting to find Phil on Facebook, go ahead and just screenshot this. Or type in your browser and go ahead and search it. But it's facebook.com/official.phil.clark is his Facebook. And let's talk about your TikTok real quick before we wrap it up. What can we expect when we come to your TikTok account? Like, we definitely want everybody to follow you there. We have 27 people on here right now, whatever it is, 26, including some YouTube stuff. But what can we experience, or what can we expect when we jump on your TikTok account?
You're going to see the real me. I mean, I bring the heat. I don't hold back. So don't think you're going to see some sugar-coated nonsense from all these other creators. I'm not going to down anybody right now, but I am going to be unfiltered, and I'm going to literally tell you what I think and what I believe. And if you like it, awesome. Come on, follow my journey. If you don't like it, that's okay too. That's your prerogative. I'm not here to make enemies or anything. I'm just here to provide value. So
perfect, brother. So go ahead and screenshot TikTok's handle. It's @phil.clark.official. Be sure to go follow him on TikTok. Ask him any questions you would like. And at the end of the day, If you guys want to get going, and we have a 5-day business builder challenge coming up. It's starting on the 18th of this month. It's $1 for 5 days of education for myself and the entire team, Anthony Arfine as well. And so I go live for 5 days straight, go through and talk to Phil if you guys want access to that. If you're struggling to put the piece together, if you've invested lots of money before and you just are missing the link, I promise you show up to the 5-day business builder challenge. You will have a pages full of notes and a lot more motivation and belief in yourself. So with that being said, Phil, go ahead and take us out with some kind words, and let's set us up for the weekend, huh?
Yep. Eric, thanks for having me on. This has been great, man. What I want to say to everybody right now is do not let any of the outside noise bother you. There's going to be talking. There's going to be haters. There's going to be people down in you. Use it. Use it as fuel to move forward in your journey. Ride that wave as far as it'll take you. Build your authority. And just at the end of the day, do it all with a big smile on your face. So,
love it, brother. Love it.
Happy
Love
weekend.
the motivational words. Have a good weekend, everybody. Phil, I'll see you in the back. I'll go ahead and take you out right now. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna end this. But at the end of the day, brother, thank you so much for joining us on the client spotlight. I can't wait to do it again, and I can't wait to see you on the inside, my friend.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, brother. All right, everyone. That's a wrap. Phil Clark was in the house, absolutely crushing it. Came in with just in a few short days and already started making sales. It was amazing to see his success, and he's not just the only one. What's crazy is if you put your head down, you come in and just ask some questions, implement, you will find that success as well. So it's not all about promoting P.I.B. because we have bookkeepers, landscapers, personal trainers, people that remove debt. We've helped so many people scale with inside this business, and the success rate with what we do here with our method, I promise you, is greater than many other places out there. Not saying we're the best, but I guarantee you jump in and ask some questions. You'll find out for yourself. So other than that, guys, hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Reach out to Phil on his Facebook and his TikTok. Find out what he's doing. Pick his brain. And at the end of the day, we're here for you. My name is Eric Thorne, the CEO of Passive Income Blueprints. And you guys have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And we'll catch you on Tuesday for training number 3 of the live free trainings. And then we go into the 18th on the 5-day business builder challenge. So can't wait to see you guys. And with that being said, I'm out.